Hey guys, and welcome to the final lesson of the Introduction to Ancient Greek. Today we'll be looking at basic sentences and trying to get those down. As always, these lessons are to make Ancient Greek and Latin more accessible. Now, let's get into it. Here's a quick review of the case systems. Nominative are going to be the subjects, genitive is going to be possession, dative is the indirect object, and accusative is the direct object. Here are our regular feminine first declension endings for nouns, and here are our regular neuter and masculine second declension noun endings. Here is a quick recap of the article, and remember, articles always modify a noun and match it in gender, number, and case, so that means that the endings will be quite similar, so that can definitely help you in this lesson. And then finally, here is a review of our verb endings. Here is our vocab slide. A few things for note. All the verbs here are all in first person singular form, so that should help you decline them. All the adjectives are all in nominative singular form, and all the nouns are also in nominative singular form. Also, you may notice there's an asterisk next to the word for child, which is pais, and that is because it is a declension that we haven't learned yet, so we will only be using the nominative singular form of it, which is pais. Additionally, I know we haven't really talked about adjectives, but for now, you can just treat them as if they are nouns. Here is our first sentence. This is just going to be a straightforward translation, so go back to the vocab, to the verb endings and noun endings, and try to figure out what the English translation of this sentence is. This sentence reads Dike e Irene, and it translates as justice is peace. For this one, we are just looking for a verb form, so go back into the vocab and the verb forms and try to figure out what verb goes in this blank space. It would be Othello because it is the first person singular form of the verb I want, and this sentence reads Othello ergon. Here's another straightforward translation sentence, so take a whack at this one. This sentence translates to death is bad, and it reads thanatos e kakos. Now try to identify the article that is missing in this sentence, and then after, try and translate it. The article would be I because it is nominative, feminine, plural, and you can tell by the ending of komai, the noun. And the sentence translates to the villages invade, and it reads I komai esbalon. Now things are getting a little harder. Try to translate this English sentence directly into Greek. Now the translation of this is Pais Ioriskes Athenas. Now once again, just try to take a stab at translating this directly into English. This sentence translates to the camel leaves to Athens, and it reads Athenais Kamilos Lepais. This also shows you the difference between ancient Greek word order and English word order. The direct translation of this sentence, word for word, is to Athens the camel leaves, but ancient Greek does not rely on word order to translate a sentence, it relies on endings. So this is a good example of that. Now we're getting pretty hard here. The first part of this sentence is given to you in English, and try to find the Greek form, and then the second part of the sentence is given to you in Greek, and try to translate it back into English. So the verb form you needed was feugo, because it is first person singular, and this sentence translates to I flee the island of the man, and it reads feugo nesos to anthropou. Here's another basic translation. Try to translate the Greek into English. So this is pronounced feugomen tain komain, and it translates to we flee the island. This is our last sentence, and I want you to find the verb form that goes in this sentence. I gave you the sentence in English, which is the horses are tall, so from that, try to find the verb that goes in the sentence. So the verb that goes in the sentence is eimi, which is the verb to be, and it is third person plural. So the form is asin. So the whole sentence reads toi, hippoi, asin, makros, and it translates to the horses are tall. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for the introduction to ancient Greek. I hope that you got some insight on the very basics of the language. There is a handout out on the website that will help you memorize the basics. As always, these lessons are to make Latin and Greek more accessible, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot.